Connor, I'll be on a business trip at the beginning of next month.
Huh? A business trip? I thought you worked from home.
Yeah, but I sometimes went out to meet my clients, remember? My new client lives far away, so it's gonna take me some time to get there. I have to interview them for my next project.
Are you gonna be out for a few days?
I have to come back as soon as possible, but the place I'm heading to is famous for its snowy weather. My flight might get cancelled because of the weather. If so, I'll have to stay for the night.
Yeah, the flights are definitely gonna be canceled if there's a snowstorm.
Can you take care of Maya for 2 days this weekend when I'm away on my business trip? It would be great if you can take a day off on Friday.
Okay, I'll take a day off.
If you can't, I'll ask Mom to take care of Maya.
It's fine. I'll take care of her when you're away. I haven't been able to spend time with her recently, and I've always depended on you to take care of her and to do all the housework. I want to do something for you, too.
I'm glad to hear that.
You know, you look pretty scary when I went out on the weekends.
I'm happy to know that you're considerate of your family. If you refused to take care of Maya while I was away, I might have lost my temper, to be honest.
I wanted to avoid you getting angry at me.
Hey, did you agree just because you didn't want me to get angry at you?
No. I just wanted to spend some time with Maya. I've been so busy that I wasn't able to play with her. She's already asleep when I get home. I thought you might forget who her father is if I don't make some time for her.
Yeah, I agree. I know you're busy with work, but you've been depending on me to do everything around the house.
Sorry, I bet you're tired.
Yeah, you're not the only one who works, Connor. I work from home, so I do have more free time than you, who works at the office, but I work the same number of hours as you. I was really busy doing everything by myself. Maya turned 5 this year, and she's capable of doing more things by herself. But we also have to be extra careful so she doesn't hurt herself.
I'll be more cooperative, Camilla.
It's not about cooperation. We're supposed to take care of our child together.
That's right. I'm sorry I'm such a bad father.
It's not funny. I'm in charge of taking Maya to school and to pick her up. I spend all of my weekends looking after her as well. I don't have any time for myself. For the past few months, I had no free time at all.
I'm really sorry. I have an idea. How about you enjoy some free time after you finish your work during your business trip, huh? You can take a few days off.
Really? I'm kind of worried though.
Why? I promise I'll take good care of Maya.
I'm not used to leaving her. I'll probably be too worried to enjoy my trip, so I'll come home as soon as possible. It does depend on the weather though.
Come on, you should relax sometimes. I thought you wanted free time.
Few hours is enough for me.
You could be more selfish, Camilla. But if you say so, I won't force you to. Don't worry about anything, Maya, okay? I'll take good care of her while you're away.
Thanks. Make sure to take a day off for me when I'm away, okay? Connor, my flight got cancelled.
Yeah, I thought so. I heard there's a really bad snowstorm. The news said many flights are getting canceled. Are you gonna use the bus instead?
I heard they're also delayed, and I might not be able to reserve a seat.
I bet everyone wants a seat in this situation. The road must be really crowded as well.
I think so. I'm really unlucky.
How about you stay for the night? The company is gonna pay for you anyways.
But, are you okay? How's Maya?
Maya's a really good girl. We just finished eating dinner, so the only thing left to do is sleep.
Did she take a bath?
She said she wants to take a bath with you tomorrow after you come home. Maya will go to bed soon.
Okay, I'll take a bath with her when I get home.
See, Maya and I are doing perfectly fine. You should stay at a hotel tonight and relax. The weather forecast said it was going to be sunny tomorrow. It's dangerous to come home during a snowstorm.
Do you think so?
Yep. You've been working really hard for the past few months. Take some rest, Camilla.
If you say so, I'll stay at a hotel tonight. But I'm not sure if I can get a room for tonight. All hotels must be really crowded in this bad weather. Okay. Take good care of her, Connor. You can read her favorite book before she goes to sleep. It should be next to her pillow.
Okay. Be careful on your way home. When do you think you'll arrive tomorrow?
My coworker said her flight will leave at 10 in the morning tomorrow. If I can get a ticket for the same flight, I'll be home by lunch.
Okay. Myra and I will be waiting for you at home.
Camilla, what do you think you're doing?
Mom? What's wrong? You've been calling me so many times. I'm shopping right now. Can I call you back later?
How can you leave your 5-year-old daughter on her own? Where are you? Why are you not with her? It's already late in the night.
Huh? My husband should be with her.
Wait, what are you talking about? Huh? Maya was alone though. She was wandering around my neighborhood on her own.
Huh? Wait a minute. Maya was near your house? How? You live several blocks away.
I want to ask you the same exact question. She told me she came to visit us because both her parents were away, but she got lost on her way to our house. Mrs. Johnson living nearby found Maya alone in the neighborhood, so she called me to tell me about it.
Why?
And where are you now?
I'm on my business trip right now. I was supposed to get home tonight, but my flight got canceled because of a snowstorm. I wasn't able to get a seat on the bus as well, so I decided to stay at a hotel for tonight.
Was Connor looking after Maya when you were away?
Yeah. He told me he took a day off to take care of her. He was at home this morning when I left the house. And he also texted me a few hours ago that he just finished eating dinner with Maya.
That's weird. Maya told me she was alone since early afternoon.
Huh?
She was bored because no one was around and didn't want to eat plain bread for dinner, so she came to visit us. She's eating dinner your father prepared for her right now.
Wait, does that mean Connor was never looking after her? Did he leave a 5-year-old kid all alone in the house?
I guess. You haven't heard anything from him?
Nope, nothing. If he told me about this, I would be furious. It makes me cry just imagining Maya walking to your house alone. Why is this happening? I can't believe it.
I know you're worried, but calm down, okay? Maya is safe now. I know you can't forgive Connor for what he did, but you have to keep your calm.
I'm going home. The last bus still hasn't left. I don't know if I can get the tickets, but I'm going to the bus stop. Okay.
We'll take care of Maya until you get home, so don't panic and stay calm. Be careful on your way home.
Okay. Mom, can you ask Maya if she knows anything about Connor? If she knows anything, can you let me know?
Okay, I'll do that. See you later.
Camilla, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
Why are you apologizing?
Maya's gone. I can't find her anywhere.
Huh?
When I woke up, she was already gone. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize her going out. What should I do? Her shoes are gone, and I tried finding her around the house, but she's nowhere to be found. What am I supposed to do? Should I call the police?
If you want to, go on. But I think you'll be the one who's gonna be taken away by the police.
What are you talking about? Why are you so calm? Your daughter disappeared!
It's your fault for not paying attention to her.
I was sleeping. How could I pay attention to her when I'm asleep? I was tired from looking after her all day long.
You weren't sleeping in our house.
Huh?
You were out of the house since the afternoon. I'm guessing that you just came home.
That doesn't make sense.
I saw you, Connor. You were at Arya's, your coworker's house, right?
You saw me? Why are you lying to me? You haven't come back home yet.
My mom called me yesterday night that she found Maya wandering around her neighborhood.
What?
She was bored, staying in the house alone, so she came to visit her grandparents. She told me she had been alone since the afternoon. What do you think you're doing?
No. I was always at home yesterday. I got sleepy early in the night yesterday and I had a really good night's sleep till this morning.
Then why did Maya tell my mom that she was all alone?
She's still 5, Camilla. She still makes mistakes when she talks.
Maya, who's still 5, was found all alone not in our neighborhood, but in my mom's neighborhood, which is several blocks away. Do you understand how dangerous that is? And it was also snowing yesterday. She might have gotten in an accident.
I'm sorry I didn't realize she left, but I was really at home yesterday, believe me.
After Mom called me, I used the bus to get back home. It was pretty late when I got back, maybe around 1 o'clock in the night, and you weren't at home.
Oh, I went to the convenience store around midnight.
You should have realized then that Maya wasn't in the house if you were really at home. Stop lying to me, Connor. I tried locating you using the GPS in your phone.
Huh? GPS? You installed a GPS in my phone without telling me?
We shared each other's location that we'll be able to find our phone when we lost it. Do you remember that?
Oh, right.
And I found your car parked in front of your coworker's apartment. My dad and I waited for you to come out of her room in the morning, and we caught you leaving her room this morning. We have photos as proof.
I'm really sorry.
Stop making excuses, all right?
Yes, I promise I won't. I'm sorry.
Then leave the house by the end of this month and sign the divorce papers for me.
Huh? Are we getting divorced?
Of course.
Wait a minute. Aria and I are just really good friends. We never had romantic feelings for each other.
But Arya said she had an affair with you. After you left her room, we went to visit her, so I know everything. And she also agreed to pay for compensation. She apologized to me crying. She knew you were married.
You have to be joking.
No, I'm not. Our divorce is not official yet. But I have all the audio recorded as proof.
Camilla, I'm really sorry. I admit that we had an affair, but I was never serious about her.
So what? You think you would be forgiven if you weren't serious?
No, but you admire the most important things in my life.
If we were really important to you, I don't think you would leave your daughter alone to visit your lover. You have to be kidding. I can't believe you did this, Connor. You chose your lover over your daughter. I never knew Maya was less important to you than your lover, who you weren't seriously in love with.
No, you're misunderstanding. I was planning to get home early, but I was tired and fell asleep.
I don't care. You left your daughter alone, at home, to visit your lover. That fact speaks for itself. I'm gonna divorce you.
I'm really sorry, Camilla. I know I did something that you could never forgive me for. I should have taken this more seriously.
Yes, you should have been more serious about your daughter, your wife, and your affair. I bet you were mean to your lover when you came home late and left the house on the weekend saying you had work to do. You wanted me to stay at a hotel during my business trip so you'll have time to go meet your lover. You always planned to leave Maya alone. You planned to spend time with a lover while I was away.
No, Camilla. You're misunderstanding.
Arya showed me the text you sent her.
I will never meet her again. I will never betray you again. So please, don't divorce me.
I can't believe you. So, I'm getting a divorce. I was shocked to hear you've been cheating on me. But what shocked me the most was how you left Maya alone. That is something I would never do as her parent.
I promise to be a better father. I'll make sure to spend more time with Maya. I'll spend more time with my family.
I don't need a father who leaves his 5-year-old daughter all alone. I don't need a husband who doesn't take care of his child nor does any housework, spending all of his free time with his lover. I will do everything around the house as usual. I realized we were better off without you. After I found out about his affair, we talked about our divorce and custody of our daughter with both of our parents. Connor claimed that he doesn't want a divorce until the very end. Considering that he had an affair and that he left Maya all alone, no one was on his side. Both of our parents blamed Connor for his actions, and he finally signed the divorce papers 2 months later. He was also secretly accusing Arya for revealing everything to me. She eventually got enough of that and told everyone in the company about their affair. After Arya paid us for compensation, she left the company. On the other hand, Connor hasn't been able to quit his job, considering all the payment he has to make for us, including compensation money and child support. His boss was really disappointed in him, and all of his coworkers look down on him now. Connor kept on calling me to tell me that he's really sorry about the affair and that he regrets everything he did. But I can never forgive him for leaving Maya all alone while I was away. I'm not able to delete his contacts because he still has plenty to pay. But I won't be replying to him unless necessary. I honestly think he deserves it. He should take responsibility for his own actions. Maya seemed calm and happy while she was at my parents' house. But as soon as she saw me come pick her up, tears were rolling down her cheeks. She seemed really sad about being left alone for so many hours. I don't think I can ever forgive Connor for making her feel this way. But there's more things to do than hating my ex-husband. I hope Maya isn't traumatized from this experience. I will stay by her side as much as I can to tell her that she can trust me at all times. I'll fill her up with happy memories so that she can forget about her terrifying experience one day. I will never leave Maya alone again. Might be hard sometimes taking care of her on my own, but with the help of my parents and Connor's parents, I will do anything for the best of my beloved daughter.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Hey Kayla, long time no speak. My New Year's gift arrived.
Hey, Rachel. No kidding, it's been ages. My present came? That's great. I'm pleased it came before the new year.
Cutting it a bit fine, aren't we? You really are a disorganized sloth of a woman.
Sorry. Work always gets crazy towards the end of the year. I barely even get time to think these days.
You don't have to mince your words with me, dear. I know that's just code speak for my mother-in-law is low on my list of priorities. It's okay, I'm only the mother of your husband. Why should you make any effort for me? Tell me, Kayla, do you really think you could afford to be this slovenly when you have a little girl in elementary school to think about?
I can't claim to be perfect, but I'm doing my best in my own way.
You say that, but you rely on my son for practically everything. Don't get carried away just because you make a lot of money. You probably thought you could keep me quiet by buying me an expensive New Year's gift. Luxury steaks? I mean, really? Who buys anyone luxury steaks for New Year's? You put a real damper on my mood with that junk. You know, what disappoints me the most is that you clearly didn't put any thought into my present at all.
You don't like them? But Todd told me you love steak, and they're some of the best money you can buy. I thought you'd be pleased. Are they really that bad?
I suppose I'll eat them because they're free, but once they're gone, they're gone. What's the sentimental value in that? Next time, make sure you send me something I can keep, or even better, something I actually want.
I can do that. What do you want? It'd be cool if you gave me a few examples for future reference.
Let me think. What do I want? I saw this massage chair on the shopping channel the other day that looked amazing. You can probably afford it since you work so many hours you've almost completely sacrificed anything resembling a family life.
I haven't sacrificed my family life. And please, I think a massage chair is a little excessive for a New Year's gift.
It was just an example. Can't an old dear even fantasize about a luxury massage chair these days without being shot down? Goodness me, why does everything have to be so serious with you? You're so dry, you have the same sense of humor as a bag of turnips.
Sorry.
Anyway, what will you be doing for New Year's? Are you coming here?
Yeah, me and Todd were thinking of stopping by with Elsa. What do you think?
Do as you please. I can't guarantee you'll have anywhere to sit, though. You see, my daughter's coming with her whole family. On top of you, Todd, and Elsa, I can see things getting cramped. We hardly have the biggest living room.
Oh, I see. Well, in that case, don't sweat it. I don't want to make things difficult for you, so I'll give it a miss this time. I know how stressful it can be hosting that many people, so if me not being there for you lightens the burden, then I don't mind not coming.
Really? Are you sure? I feel terrible. You're going to spend New Year's all on your lonesome like that loser in the corner of the classroom who no one wants to speak to. Just kidding, darling. Now that you mention it, I do think things are better this way. After all, New Year's is a time for family. You should stay out of our way and relax at home instead. You must be tired from work. I'm sure you could use the rest.
You're not wrong. Okay, well, it's settled then. Todd and Elsa will come to the celebrations without me, and I'll put my feet up on the sofa with a good book and a hot chocolate.
Excellent. It's been so long since we had the whole family together. I'll have to pull out all the stops and make it one to remember. Oh, we're going to have such a good time, I can hardly wait. Oh, just because you're not coming doesn't mean my Todd gets out of getting his mother a gift. Make sure he brings me something nice, okay, dear? We wouldn't want to set a bad example in front of little Elsa now, would we? She needs to understand the importance of respecting her elders.
Of course, I'll get some of your favorite candy ready for them to bring.
Make it quick. Everything shuts early on New Year's Eve, and everything's shut down on New Year's Day, so there's no time to waste. I want an extravagant selection of my favorite handmade chocolates fit for a queen.
Happy New Year, Rachel!
How disappointing. It's already January 2nd. You're a day late, but Happy New Year, I suppose.
Sure, but it's still early days.
Kayla, you are my daughter-in-law and my son's wife. You have a duty to pay me the proper respects by wishing me Happy New Year's on New Year's Day like a decent human being. Oh, what am I saying? How can I expect the likes of you to understand basic common sense? My time would be spent more productively speaking to a brick wall. Anyway, what do you want?
It's about Elsa's gift, or rather her lack of one. Why did you get presents for everyone except her?
Goodness gracious me, are you and my drama queen of a son still upset over that? I don't remember there being any law that says you have to get your granddaughter a New Year's gift. Besides, why should I have to spend my hard-earned money on a present for your brat? Wait a second. No way, did you want it for yourself? I bet you planned on confiscating it from her when you got home, didn't you? My God, you're petty.
Come on, Rachel, as if I'd want my daughter's gift for myself. We just don't like the idea of playing favorites and treating the girls unequally. You got Harriet a present, so why not Elsa? Not only that, but you gave Harriet hers right in front of her. How do you think that made her feel? Elsa thought she'd be getting something.
Not my problem. It's her own fault for expecting freebies and yours for raising her into an entitled little diva.
Jesus, Rachel, what the hell? My daughter is not entitled. What you did was horrible. Even if you didn't want to get her anything, did you really have to give Harriet her present right in front of her eyes? You could have at least waited and done it when she wasn't looking. Or given it to Fiona so she could have given it to her after they got home.
You ignored my question, so allow me to repeat myself. Ahem. Why should I have to spend my hard-earned money on a present for your brat? And for that matter, why should I care if she's shocked or upset? You know, I find it despicable that she thinks she can just waltz into my house and have me shower her with gifts.
So, if I'm understanding this right, it seems like you're saying you didn't get her anything because she's my daughter.
Goodness me, could it be? Is there a brain in that head of yours after all? Well done, Einstein. This is what you get for willfully disobeying me all the time. How many times have I told you to quit your job now? It's time you learned the meaning of respect. You clearly have no conception of the meaning of compromise.
Rachel, it's painfully obvious you hate me, and that's fine. But I'd appreciate it if you weren't mean to Elsa. She's your son's daughter too, you know? Me and Elsa are different people, and I preferred if you just forgot I existed when it came to dealing with her.
Sure, she might be half related to my son, but unfortunately for her, she's also half related to you. She's your spitting image. I can't think of a single positive thing to say about her that goes for both her personality and her looks. My Fiona's daughter is at least 1,000,000 times cuter than yours. I don't need any more grandchildren as long as I have Harriet.
Wow, I see. So what you're saying is that you have absolutely no intention of treating the two of them equally.
You say it like it's a bad thing. I have the freedom to like and dislike whatever and whoever the hell I please.
Sure, I can't deny that. Okay, understood. That's all I have to say on the matter.
I'm glad you finally see things my way. I'm impressed. I didn't think you had the intellectual capacity. You and your brat really are a royal pain in my backside. You should have seen it. It was embarrassing to watch. The moment Elsa realized she wasn't getting a present, she started tugging at her dad's shirt. "Where's mine, Daddy? Did I do something wrong?" Then eventually she got so upset she started crying and threw a tantrum in the middle of the living room for the whole family to see. She clearly inherited your low IQ and mental instability.
Maybe she did.
Oh no, you're not upset with me now, are you? I hope you'll stop corrupting her with your poisonous influence from now on, but something tells me that's not going to happen. Hey, Kayla, answer me.
What do you want?
You bought your parents a 2-family house?
Sure, I did. Why?
Todd's my eldest son. Where's mine? Why are you moving in with your parents? It's me you should be living with. Why are you having a 2-family house built for you and your parents to live in? It's not fair. Who's going to look after me? I'm no spring chicken anymore, you know.
Don't know, don't care. Our only priority is looking after my parents. Deal with it.
What did you just say? Are you forgetting that Todd's my eldest son?
I didn't forget anything. He's the one who said he wanted us to move in with my parents. I'm their only child, and they don't have anyone else to look after them.
What does that have to do with anything? You married my son, which means you belong to our family now. In spite of that, you have the nerve to treat me like a stranger and prioritize your own parents over me? You have this backwards.
This is unreal. You say I belong to your family, but you don't even acknowledge me as part of the family. You ignore my daughter and treat her like crap. You play favorites with her and Harriet and make sure she knows how much you don't like her. You said you could never love her for as long as you live because I'm her mother. Why in God's name would I want to have a house built for someone like that and move in with you? You're insane.
Because I'm your husband's mother, you little witch. You should show me the proper respect.
You think you deserve respect just because you happen to be Todd's mom. You couldn't be any more tragically deluded if you tried. You know, you clearly don't know Todd very well. He said he doesn't even see you as family, let alone his mother. As far as he's concerned, he doesn't have a mother. And as far as I'm concerned, I don't have a mother-in-law. You have no idea how hard I worked to try and win your approval. I was determined to make you see how committed I am to making Todd happy, but my efforts were for nothing. I realized all I was doing was stressing myself out and making life harder than it needed to be, so I'm done trying now.
The only reason I didn't acknowledge you is because you weren't trying hard enough. You don't know the meaning of hard work. Don't blame your failures on me.
I don't care if you don't like me. I'm a grown woman. I can take it. But I'll never forgive you for bullying my daughter. Seriously, is there a mother on this planet who turned a blind eye to their daughter being victimized like that? Who do you think you are comparing her to other kids and playing favorites like you did? Do you have any idea how you upset her? Things like that can stay with children for life, and now I have to undo the damage. Even if you did feel that way about her, why did you have to go out of your way to make sure she knew about it? Some things are better left unsaid.
Why, you little... You really are the cockiest, most disrespectful little shit I've ever met.
Thanks, Rachel. You're so charming. Call me what you like. Why would I care about the opinions of someone who hates me? You're hardly my favorite person in the world either.
Aha! And there we have it. Your true colors. How much of a fool do you have to make of me before you're satisfied? I know where I stand now. Fine, have it your way. I'm cutting you and your wretched family out of my life for good. Fiona and her family are all I need. My daughter would never, ever speak to me like you just did. She knows the meaning of respect.
Phew, what a relief. We don't want anything to do with you either, so we couldn't be more pleased to hear you say that.
My son made the mistake of his life when he put a ring on your finger. It's obvious Elsa's going to grow up emotionally stunted because she doesn't get the love she needs at home with you and Todd working such long hours. You should be arrested for neglect. You'll regret not listening to me one day, and when you do, I won't be around to help you. Yep, it's time for you to disappear from my life. God, it feels good to say that. Kayla, I need to talk to you.
Rachel, why are you messaging me? I told you to delete my number.
Surely you can spare me a few minutes? It's about Todd. I'm worried about him.
Why would you be worried about Todd?
Because he's living with you and your parents. I can't think of a more embarrassing, shameful existence. Is he okay?
It's a two-family house, so you can hardly call it living together in the way it's usually meant. We have our own kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms, everything. We even have separate front doors. We're more like neighbors. My parents value their privacy. Believe me, we all have plenty of space to ourselves. To be honest, other than being in a new house, our lives are barely any different to before.
Really? By the way, do you know what day it is today, dear?
I wonder. Go on, tell me.
It's my birthday.
It is? Oh yeah, now that you mention it, it is.
Is that it?
Yep.
My present hasn't arrived. Is there a problem with the delivery?
What present?
My birthday present? This is your mother-in-law's birthday we're talking about here, the most important day of the year. You usually send me a present every year. Why not this year?
Forgive me if this sounds rude, Rachel, but do you have dementia?
Excuse me? I can assure you I still have every last one of my marbles. How dare you be so disrespectful? Back in my day, you would have gotten the belt for this.
It's just that you seem to have totally forgotten what happened last month. We cut you out of our lives. Why are you coming at me with all this crap about a birthday present all of a sudden?
Because I'm your mother-in-law. I gave birth to your husband.
But we told you never to speak to us again. Do you struggle to comprehend basic English?
Of course not, you cheeky little cretin. Just because I cut you out of my life doesn't mean you don't have an obligation to fulfill your duties to me. I can't believe you didn't even send me a birthday present. Have you no sense of basic kindness? Did no one ever teach you to respect your elders?
I'm worrying that you think you deserve respect just because you happen to be old. Did no one ever teach you that what goes around comes around? If you want to be respected, how about you become someone worthy of respect? If you want people to be kind to you, how about you start being kind to others? It's really not rocket science. Bye. Never message me again.
Hold your horses. I'm not done speaking to you yet. Did you and Todd do something? Fiona and her husband stopped coming to see me. We usually celebrate my birthday together, but I haven't heard a peep out of them this year.
I'm sure they have their reasons.
Reasons? What's that supposed to mean?
Fiona told me you were pressuring her and her husband to move in with you so they could be your full-time carers.
So what if I did? I've been giving her and Harriet preferential treatment for longer than I can remember. The least they could do is move in with me in return. What's wrong with that?
Fiona never asked for preferential treatment.
Huh?
You know, Fiona's so nice it's hard to believe she's your daughter. Remember back when you used to make fun of me in front of everyone? Or when you got Harriet a New Year's gift but not Elsa? She sent me apology messages every time. She felt awful about the way you treated me. Not that she had anything to apologize for, but I appreciated the sentiment.
You're right. Why would my daughter apologize to you?
Probably because she's a decent human being. It's not that hard to imagine she'd feel bad seeing her own mom treat me so despicably. You know, she even warned me about you when me and Todd got married. I'm grateful, because I think your bullying would have stressed me out a lot more if I didn't have prior warning about you being rotten to the core. She even told you to back off and leave me alone, didn't she? She gave up when you ignored her every time, but it meant a lot to me that she tried. She apologized every time you said or did something horrible to me.
I didn't think I was doing anything wrong.
You can't actually mean that. I think you did it precisely because you wanted to hurt me. We're at wit's ends. We're at our wit's end with you, Rachel. All of us. Me, Todd, Elsa, Fiona, her husband Harriet. We're done.
You're done? What does that mean?
It means we're done being your family. Me and Todd already told you we never wanted to see or hear from you again. But it seems like you're pressuring Fiona and her husband to move in with you was the straw that broke the camel's back. And now they feel the exact same way.
But who's going to look after me if they don't move in with me?
Don't know, don't care. How many times do I have to tell you that's not our problem? Whoever ends up with the misfortune of looking after you, one thing's for sure, it's not going to be us.
No, why? Why are you doing this? My husband's gone, and now I'm all on my own in this house. How could my own children abandon me like this? I raised Todd and Fiona to be good, respectable adults, and this is how they repay me? I'm their mother. They should treat me with love and care, not like this. Oh my god. I feel like I've been stabbed in the back.
If you want to be treated with love and care, I suggest you start acting like someone who deserves it. There's no such thing as a free lunch. You treated me like crap ever since we met, and my daughter since the moment she was born. You made sure I was the only one who never got any food whenever we came over for family dinners. You treated me like I didn't exist. But you know what? I honestly couldn't care less about that. I always kind of understood why you were like that. I knew how much it bothered you that I always ignored your warnings when you told me to quit my job to be a full-time stay-at-home housewife for Todd.
Right, that's it. The only reason I did those things was to teach you a lesson. What was I supposed to do when you ignored everything I said?
But that doesn't justify what you did to my daughter. Elsa is innocent. You were awful to her. She came home in tears every time we went over to your house. She's in elementary school, for crying out loud. She hasn't forgotten the way you treated her. How many times you made her cry. All the awful things you said to her. You may as well be the devil as far as she's concerned. That's the real reason we want you out of our lives.
Listen, Kayla, the whole thing with the New Year's gifts was wrong of me, and I shouldn't have done that. I admit it, I went too far.
Your apologies are meaningless now. It's too little too late.
The only reason I was a little hard on you sometimes is because I didn't think you and Todd working all the time would be good for Elsa. In my mind, I was trying to help. I mean, think about it. It can't be good for a little girl to be away from her parents as much as she is. I was so worried she'd grow up emotionally stunted that I said and did things without thinking about the consequences. No matter what you say, you are still my daughter-in-law, you know. You have a duty to look after me.
You still don't seem to understand the gravity of your situation, Rachel. You're in no position to give me orders. Because you're not my family anymore. Or rather, you never were. You're the one who constantly refused to acknowledge me, who threw my efforts to win your acceptance back in my face at every opportunity, remember?
That's just not true, dear. I do accept you. I accept you as my daughter-in-law and a member of this family. There, that's what you wanted, isn't it?
Sure, wanted. Past tense. You need to understand that being your daughter-in-law doesn't make me your slave, and it doesn't mean I lose any right to my own decisions or opinions. Other than not quitting my job, I did pretty much everything you asked me to. Want to know why? Out of respect for you as my husband's mom. but Todd hates you now. He said you're not his mom anymore, and he never wants to see you again. Which means I have absolutely no reason to carry on tolerating you.
Oh my god, Kayla, please. I'm so sorry for everything. I want you to understand something. Part of me felt like my beloved son was being stolen away from me, and I think that might be why I lashed out. Won't you prove you're not trying to steal him by bringing him and Elsa over to see me? I'd love to have you all over. How about I cook us a nice roast? I admit what I did was wrong. Let me apologize to you all in person.
Like I said, too little, too late. You had ample opportunity to make things right, but all you did was double down on the bullshit. What you did to Elsa doesn't go away with an apology. I'll never forgive you for how you made my daughter feel.
But I'm truly sorry, Kayla. Can't you see how serious I am? I've done some soul-searching, and I feel terrible about the way I behaved. Won't you please consider my feelings for a moment? Surely you don't really intend to leave your aged mother-in-law all on her own? You're just trying to give me a fright so I can change my ways, right? Well, it worked. You can stop now. I'll change, I swear.
You only have yourself to blame for being on your own. It's funny, you told me I end up regretting my attitude towards you, but the only one filled with regret is you. The universe has a funny way of correcting things. Me and Todd couldn't be happier together without you. Yep, it's time for you to disappear from our lives. God, it feels good to say that. With that being my mother-in-law's new life of loneliness, isolation, despair, Fiona and her husband declared a severing of ties at the same time we did. So it's no exaggeration to say Rachel literally doesn't have a single person left in the world to rely on. Later on, she told me the only reason she tolerated her mom's shenanigans for so long was because she felt an obligation towards her as her daughter, and because she felt bad for her because she lived on her own after her dad passed away. But her patience reached its limits when she started demanding her and her husband become the full-time live-in carers. Apparently, she even tried applying for a loan to have a two-family house built behind their backs. I didn't know at the time, but apparently things came to a head between Fiona and her mom when she found out about the loan. And they had an argument to end all arguments. Legend has it the yelling could be heard 3 blocks away. It probably goes without saying, but life is a whole lot more stress-free for Fiona and her husband without the mother from hell in their lives. Me and my husband discussed the issue to death while things were still ongoing, but no matter how much we wanted to reach some kind of amicable solution, we had to accept it was impossible because of Rachel's toxic personality. No good comes from a relationship with someone who only cares about themselves. I doubt I'll ever see my mother-in-law again, and I don't even plan on going to her funeral. As for Elsa, she loves living with her grandparents. They spoil her rotten and think the world of her. It was so nice to see her go back to her old self after she stopped having anything to do with her other, less pleasant grandma. We're all having a blast, and we've never been happier. What could be better than being surrounded by the love of your family? There are no more negative influences in Elsa's life now. Between the guidance of my amazing, hardworking husband, who so kindly agreed to move in with my parents, and my mom and dad, who are the most thoughtful people I know, she's growing up to be a bright, cheerful, kind, compassionate young lady, and I couldn't be more proud of her. It's important to let those you love know you appreciate them, and I intend to do just that. Here's to a future filled with laughter and amazing memories.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Hey there, Carol. I wanted to let you know that I'll be going to Judy's school observation day next week. My brother just called me a little bit ago and asked if I could go in your place. What? He's sending some ugly girl like you to go in my place? Whatever, that's fine. But be sure to tell all the parents there that you are not Judy's mother, okay? Let me remind you that I'm doing you the favor of going to Judy's school because neither you nor my brother can make it. Most people typically say thank you when someone does them a favor, not insult their appearance. Okay, thank you. There, I said it. My brother said that he had work that he couldn't get out of that day. Can I ask why you can't go? I'm going to a friend's wedding. A wedding? This must be a very long wedding if it's going to keep you from being able to go to Judy's school in the morning. What are you trying to say? Nothing at all. It's just, well, you never attended any of Judy's school events. The track and field day, her school play, the choir concert. You missed every single one of them. And either my brother has to go alone, or he calls me up and asks me to come along with him. Yeah, and how is that my fault? It just so happens that I have plans every time Judy has a school event. It's a total coincidence. Don't you think that you could cancel your plans and give Judy priority once in a while? I understand that you're busy, but I think it's making Judy sad that you're never at any of these events. But all the other mothers are. Get off my back. You're single and have nothing but free time on your hands, but I actually have stuff to do. She's especially sad this time, Carol. She was really, really hoping that you would come. You should have seen the look on her face when she learned you weren't coming. You are so full of it. Judy's a reasonable girl. She's not going to throw a hissy fit just because I'm not going to some stupid school event. I think she's just good at hiding how she really feels, especially from you. And I don't think it's very healthy for her to have to keep on bottling her emotions up inside like this. Eventually, all that pent-up frustration and sadness is going to burst. Hi, Carol. I just got back from Judy's school. How was it? I bet everyone was laughing their heads off at you the whole time. Like, whoa, I'd hate to be the kid that has to live with that thing for a mom. And just think about poor Judy when she saw you walk into the classroom. Did she start crying right away, or did it take a few minutes? You're partially right. A ton of people were laughing. At you. Huh? Why would they be laughing at me? More precisely, about half of the room was snickering at you, and another third or so was just shaking their heads in disgust. The rest were clearly furious at you. I could tell from the looks on their faces. What are you talking about? Everyone was talking about me at school? Yep. Why? Why would they be laughing or angry at me when I wasn't even there? You're lying, aren't you? They were laughing at you, right? No, they were definitely talking about you. Okay, so tell me why. It's all because of the topic of the class today. The kids were giving presentations about the projects they made in art class. Oh my God, I dodged a bullet there. Having to listen to a bunch of snotty kids drone on about their stupid art projects? I'd rather throw myself off the roof of the school. The projects were actually pretty incredible. It was a completely free project, so the kids were able to make anything they felt like. Judy made a picture book. A picture book? Why did she make a picture book? Well, Judy loves drawing and loves books, so she decided that she would put those two interests together and make a picture book. Wait, didn't you know that she likes to draw? Do you actually know anything about what Judy likes? Forget what she likes. Do you know anything about your own daughter? Like, at all? Of course I know what she likes. I just thought it was weird that she made a picture book for an art project, that's all. Like, don't kids usually just draw pictures or make a sculpture out of popsicle sticks for art class? Judy is a very talented girl, Carol. You really should have seen her picture book. It was fantastic. So what does this picture book have to do with me? The title was Who's with Mommy? It was quite an interesting story. That's a weird title. Wait until you hear the story. It's about a little girl who sees her mother together with a man she doesn't know. It doesn't really have a resolution or ending. It's just a bunch of scenes where the narrator sees her mom together with a strange man and talks about how she feels during each scene. That's it? That's not a story. She's been working on this project in school for months and she didn't even write a proper ending? Well, she is still just a child, so you'll have to excuse her for not having the skills of a professional author or illustrator. But the most interesting thing about that picture book was what inspired Judy to write it. You see, Judy wrote that picture book based on her own real experiences. Huh? So, like I said, the main character of the story is a girl who keeps seeing her mom together with a strange man. And every time she sees them together, the two are lying down on the bed together, naked. Oh, and I think this goes without saying, but the man in the story is not the girl's father. Hey, wait a second. I'll spare you the trouble of thinking and spell it out for you. Judy wrote this book about catching you having an affair. Judy really is an exceptional girl. The pictures were incredibly realistic, and the main character's inner dialogue felt so raw and genuine. She went over all the finest details of each scene of the book. The time of day, the weather, the music playing in the background, everything. Are you being serious right now? Is that actually what Judy wrote in her book? The other kids in the room seemed like they weren't really sure what was going on. But let me assure you, every single one of the adults knew exactly what she was trying to say, including me. Oh no. Judy really read that book in front of the whole class and all the other parents? Yep. And you just stood there and let it happen? Why didn't you stop her? Oh my God, this is awful. I am never going to be able to show my face around that school again. Do you realize what this is going to do to my reputation? The teacher did try to cut her off early and move on to the next student, but it didn't work. She just kept right on going. Judy's words were, "Please, I want to read to the end of my story." Since Judy seemed so determined to finish her presentation, I stepped in and asked the teacher to let her continue. You did what? You're insane. You're out of your mind, both you and Judy. You've humiliated me. I'll never hear the end of this. What is wrong with Judy writing a book like that? Where did I go wrong in raising that stinking little brat? What did we do to you? This is all your own doing. Judy did nothing wrong by making that picture book, and I did nothing wrong getting the teacher to let her finish it. You're the one who has quite possibly scarred poor Judy for life. Can you imagine how she must have felt catching you having an affair? I'm not having an affair, you moron! What is the matter with all of you? Who takes the words of some dumb child so seriously? She's making it all up. It never happened. Is that so? I don't know. Her drawings and narrations were very, very detailed. I'd say the most likely explanation is that it's all things that she saw with her own eyes and heard with her own ears. There's no other way she could have made something that detailed. I told you I am not having an affair. It's all lies. She made it up. Well, leaving that aside for now, just know that her picture book was absolutely wonderful. I'll tell my brother all about it too. I think he'll be quite surprised, wouldn't you? In more ways than one. Wait! We can't let my husband know about something as embarrassing as this. It would be awful for me and him too. He's better off not knowing, wouldn't you say? How about we keep what happened today as our little secret? Did you actually think I would agree to hide this from my brother? I'm telling him about everything as soon as possible. Plus, he explicitly asked me to tell him all about what happened at the school observation today. That was the whole reason I went. You don't have to tell him everything, do you? You can, leave out a few minor details. He's a busy guy too, so he doesn't have the time to listen to all the boring stuff that happened during that class. You don't need to worry about a thing. I'll give him a report for you. I'll tell him everything he needs to know. I'm not going to lie for you, Carol. I'm going to give him a full report personally as soon as I possibly can. As a matter of fact, I think he'd love to have Judy present her picture book to him once he gets home from work tonight. Don't you dare! Where are my husband and daughter? I can't find them anywhere. Are they with you? Oh, hello again, Carol. Did you just get home? Typically, when you go out for the day, you don't come home until very late at night. What brought you home so early today? Were you perhaps worried about what would happen when you got there? I have been trying to get a hold of my husband all day, but he's not returning any of my messages, so I hurried home. You told him about Judy's picture book, didn't you? Of course I did. No! You can't keep your big mouth shut, can you? My brother took Judy to our parents' house. Why? It's for Judy's protection. He didn't want her to have to witness the conversation that you're going to have very, very soon. He was getting her out of the house. What conversation? The conversation about your affair. What else could I possibly be talking about? After everything that went down today, are you really going to sit there and pretend that you have no idea why this is happening? Why are you still going on about me having an affair? Give it up already. You were cheating on my brother, weren't you, Carol? How about that wedding you were going to today? Was that all just a cover for you to see your boyfriend? Did you have a nice time together? I'm not lying. I really did go to a wedding. Okay, well then how about you send me a picture of the wedding? I'm sure you took at least one picture of the venue, decorations, food, maybe a selfie with your friend, the bride. I didn't take any. Really? Not even one single picture? Are you serious? As active on Instagram as you are, I refuse to believe that you didn't even take one picture to brag to your followers about. My phone's hard drive was full. I couldn't take any more pictures. That's why I don't have any. I see. Then give me the name of another guest at the party. Actually, I have a better idea. Give me the names of the new couple. That should be easy to do, right? And it would prove that you really did go to the wedding. Why should I? I don't have to prove anything to you. Besides, I don't want to bother the bride and groom on their wedding night. You are really determined not to tell me anything at all about this wedding you went to. Is that because there really wasn't a wedding at all? No, there was a wedding and it was really nice. You could give me the name and phone number of the wedding venue if you're concerned about the bride and groom's privacy. Call up the venue and ask if there was a wedding for a couple with the same name today. Anything at all will be fine. Just give me any piece of information I can use to verify that you were at a wedding today. Fine, I give up. You're right, there was no wedding today. I was lying. I was busy with other stuff. Other stuff? I'm not gonna let you get away with weasel words, Carol. You went to see your boyfriend today, didn't you? Yes. And where did the two of you go together? His place or yours? Neither. We went to an amusement park. And how long have you been seeing each other? About 2 years, I think. This isn't the first time you've skipped one of Judy's school events to see him, isn't it? Have you done this before? Yeah, a couple of times. Unreal. For the longest time, I was completely baffled as to why you never went to any of Judy's school events. At first, I just thought you were an uncaring, uninterested, unaffectionate mother, but now I see that you're actually somehow worse than that. This doesn't have anything to do with you. This is between me and my husband. Now that all of this is out in the open, I want you to know that I never liked you, not for 1 second. I tolerated you because you were my brother's wife and my niece's mother. But that is all over as of today. I have an announcement to make. My brother contacted your parents a little bit ago. What? He called my parents? It was only a matter of time, really. It's looking more and more like a divorce is coming by the second. But why would he call my parents? It looks like they're going to come by our parents' house in the near future. My brother said he wanted to have a discussion about things between both families. I still don't get it. Why would he do that? And why isn't he talking to me about any of this? Do you honestly think that your opinion matters to anyone at this point? I shouldn't have to remind you that everything that's happening right now is 100% your fault. But he's not answering any of my texts or calls. Doesn't he want to hear my side of the story? I'm his wife. Calm down, Carol. You'll get your chance. You'll have plenty of time to give him your excuses once he gets back to your house. I don't want to talk to him in person. That's why I'm trying to get him to talk to me on the phone. What are you afraid of, Carol? Are you trying to avoid getting called out for what you did? Duh! If he took Judy all the way to your parents' house, he's probably really gonna let me have it. Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty safe assumption to make. But I think what's going to be the absolute worst for you is when your parents come over to talk with him and my parents. Yeah, I realize that. No, I don't think you realize anything. What do you mean? My brother is going to show Judy's picture book to your parents. What? Man, just think about how they're going to react when they hear that Judy presented that book to the whole class and all the parents. The shame and disappointment might give them both heart attacks. No, that cannot happen. You have to put a stop to this. Why? Judy put a lot of work into that book, and she's very proud of it too. I think it's only fair to show it to her grandparents, don't you? Are you joking? You can't let them see that. Of course I can. As a matter of fact, I'm going to my parents' house for that meeting too. Someone's going to have to look after Judy while the adults are having their conversation. What am I gonna do? I can't let my parents see that picture book. I would die of embarrassment. I've got it. You have to burn that book. Why should I? You're the only one who can. You have to find that book before your brother shows it to my parents and burn it. It should be easy. You still haven't answered the question. Why should I burn Judy's picture book for you? To protect my good name. Please, I am begging you. At this rate, my family's gonna be torn to shreds, and my elderly parents are gonna be totally humiliated. You're not worried about them. You're worried about my brother suing you for infidelity. That, and since he's going to seek full custody of Judy, you're gonna have to pay him child support. I don't want to get a divorce. What am I going to do without my husband? How am I going to get by? Where am I going to live? If you were so concerned about losing your husband, why would you go and do something as stupid as having an affair? You knew the risks going into it. Well, I mean, I was bored. I wanted a little excitement in my life. I wasn't planning on getting serious about it at all when it first started. Well, you certainly got your wish then, didn't you? I bet this is the most excitement you've ever had in your life. Anyway, there's not a single reason why I should stick my neck out to help you. You've never done anything for me that would merit me doing something to get you out of the massive mess you've made for yourself. How can you be so cold to me? We're sisters, aren't we? Sisters-in-law, but still sisters. You've got to help me. I don't need any sister who would call me ugly. You've treated me with nothing but scorn for as long as I've known you. And now, after all of that, you want me to betray my own brother and help you cover up your affair from your parents? I'm sorry about everything. I'm sorry for calling you ugly. It was all just a joke. I was just teasing you, that's all. Your idea of a joke is telling me that Judy would cry from embarrassment if I came to her school observation day? Yes, that was all one long, elaborate joke. I don't really think you're ugly. It was irony. You're actually really beautiful. So I thought it would be hilarious if I called you ugly because you're not ugly. Get it? Funny, right? I see. Irony. So you actually think I'm beautiful then? I'd like to hear it directly from your mouth. Tell me about how beautiful I am. You're gorgeous. Your clothes are so stylish. Your makeup is perfect and your hair, it's so silky and shiny. I am super jealous of your looks. Is that so? Yes, you're beautiful. So listen, if you do me a little favor and burn that picture book for me, I will do anything you ask me to do. Anything? That's pretty tempting. I will work to repay you for as long as I live. I will never forget your kindness. And I'll never be a jerk to you or call you ugly ever again. As tempting as your offer is, I still couldn't bring myself to destroy the book that Judy worked so hard to make. I think I'd like her to be able to show her grandparents the product of her hard work, too. I think they'll also be impressed that their granddaughter turned out to be such an impressive girl despite her mother being an amoral harlot. Carol's parents came by my parents' house a few days after that. And the day before that, I heard a knock at my door, and who should show up but the star of the show herself, Carol. I was wondering what in the world she could possibly want at this point, but she got right down on her knees and started begging me to burn Judy's picture book. Unfortunately for her, the book was already in my brother's possession, so it was already too late for her to do anything about it. After the meeting, Carol and her parents walked out of the room with an absolutely horrendous look on their faces. Carol's father grabbed her by the hair, forced her down on her knees, and told her to confess to every single thing she did to betray my brother and apologize. Shortly after that, my brother divorced Carol. Due to her affair, Carol was left penniless after the divorce, and her parents disowned her and told her never to contact them again. Since her story has made its way around town, I doubt Carol will be able to stay around here for much longer. She'll have to move somewhere else. Judy is the same happy little girl as she always was, and still goes to school with a smile on her face. It seems like the other parents felt so bad for Judy after she made her presentation in class that day that they refrained from gossiping about Carol. They also felt sorry for my brother too, obviously, so they've never brought it up to him at all. I've also taken on a bigger role in my niece's life than I did before. Oh, and as for that picture book, I don't think they're ever going to throw it away. I asked my brother what he did with it, and he told me that he put it in a box way in the back of his closet.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.